Exodia! It's not possible! No one's ever been able to call him!
Exodia! Obliterate!
I ask you, are you worthy to be my master?
Welcome to the final installment in my Summoner series. I've covered Summon Monster and the Summoner class in separate videos. And now for the piece de resistance, the incredibly intricate class feature known as the Eidolon. This is your customizable killing machine, best friend, and even mount if you so choose. Before we get too far into it, an Eidolon is an outsider magically bonded to you as its summoner. You can heal it with spells and call it with a special 1-minute long ritual. One of the first features you are going to need to decide on about your Eidolon is its base form. Your Eidolon's base form determines its starting size, speed, AC, attacks, and ability scores. No matter which base form you choose, all your natural attacks are going to be made using the Eidolon's full base attack bonus, unless otherwise noted. As an example, some Eidolon evolutions will give you a secondary natural attack. Also, your Eidolon's base form will grant certain free evolutions, such as a bipod will have the limbs legs evolution, or a Serpentine Eidolon will have the bite evolution. Another important thing you should know is that you can use your base form to make a small Eidolon. If your Eidolon is small, it gets a +2 to dexterity, +1 to AC, that's a size bonus, +1 to attack rolls, +2 to fly, +4 to stealth, -2 to constitution, -4 to strength. Also, your natural attacks have their damage die decreased. 1d6 is reduced to 1d4. 1d4 attacks are reduced to 1d3. If you make this choice, you can return your Eidolon to medium anytime you could change its evolutions. As you're going to find out, Eidolons have a lot of awesome options for making big, terrifying monsters. However, don't underestimate what you can accomplish with a small Eidolon. Something sneaky and tricky can be very powerful indeed, if used correctly. Now, let's look at those base forms. Pathfinder gives you a lot of options for base form, so I'm not going to cover all of them. However, a biped Eidolon has a starting size of medium, a speed of 30 feet, a +2 natural armor bonus to AC, good fortitude saves, poor reflex saves, and goodwill saves, 2 claw attacks for 1d4 damage, and ability scores of 16 strength, 12 dexterity, 13 constitution, 7 intelligence, 10 wisdom, and 11 charisma. A quadruped Eidolon has a size of medium, a speed of 40 feet, a +2 natural armor bonus, good fort saves, good reflex saves, and poor will saves. A bite attack for 1d6 damage, ability scores of 14 strength, 14 dexterity, 13 constitution, 7 intelligence, 10 wisdom, and 11 charisma. Another option you might consider is the Serpentine base form. Its starting size is medium. It has a speed of 20 feet and a climb speed of 20 feet. A +2 natural armor bonus, poor fortitude saves, good reflex saves, and goodwill saves. A 1d6 bite attack, a 1d6 tail slap attack. Ability scores of 12 strength, 16 dexterity, 13 constitution, 7 intelligence, 10 wisdom, and 11 charisma. Let's move on to hit dice. Your Eidolon has a d10 hit die. As you increase in level, Eidolons will gain new hit dice, but not on every level. At first level, your Eidolon will have 1 d10 hit die. It will have 2 HD at second level, 3 at third, 3 at fourth, 4 at fifth, to a maximum of 15 hit die at 20th level. Your Eidolon's base attack bonus is equal to its hit die. This puts it on a similar level to rogues and bards. I talked about them a little bit already in the base forms, but let's talk about those saves. Your Eidolon has good saves and bad saves. Its good saves are +2 at level 1, at level 2 +3, at level 3 +3, at level 4 +3, at level 5 +4, to a maximum of +9. Your Eidolon's bad saves are at first level +0, at second level +0, at third level +1, at fourth level +1, at fifth level +1, to a maximum of +5. Another important thing to know is that Eidolons have skills. Every time your Eidolon gains a hit die, it also gains 4 skill ranks. You can spend these ranks as you see fit. However, you can't change skill point distribution even if you can alter your Eidolon's evolutions. Your Eidolon also has class skills. Its class skills are Bluff, Craft, Knowledge Planes, Perception, Sense Motive, Stealth, and 4 additional skills of your choice. My recommendation for additional skills for your Eidolon are Disable Device. Your Eidolon can be very good at this useful skill. Especially if you don't have a rogue in the party, it's something to consider. Escape Artist. This also has potential uses if you're concerned about it getting grappled. Sleight of Hand. This is fantastic for small, clever Eidolons. Survival. Think about this for tracking and wilderness settings. Intimidate. This is awesome for demonic or monstrous or incredibly terrifying Eidolons, especially with the Intimidating Prowess feat. Finally, a note on the Fly skill. As with your characters, you can't take any ranks in Fly unless you have the ability to fly. Your Eidolon gains feats as you increase in levels as a summoner. At first level, your Eidolon will have 1 feat. 2 at 3rd level. It will gain a 3rd feat at 6th level and a 4th feat at 9th level, etc., to a maximum of 9 feats. Your choice on feats for your Eidolon is really going to revolve around what you want to do with it. If you are planning on having an Eidolon that's very good in close combat, you might want to think about taking something like Weapon Focus. If your Eidolon is meant to be tanky, think about things like Toughness. It's really up to what you're trying to do. Also, remember, your Eidolon has to qualify for any feats that you want to take with it, and it has to have the appropriate limbs. As an example, a Quadruped can't use Weapon Proficiency Longsword unless it has arms, no matter what Dark Souls told you. Now let's talk about your Eidolon's armor bonus. At 2nd level, your Eidolon gains a +2 armor bonus. At 5th level, the bonus increases to +4. At 7th level, the bonus increases to +6, to a maximum of +16 at 20th level. This bonus can be split between armor and natural armor as determined by you. Your Eidolon can never wear armor of any kind. However, it could use an item like Bracers of Armor. As you increase in level, your Eidolon will also gain bonuses to its strength and dexterity. It will get a +1 to strength and dexterity at 2nd level. That will increase to +2 at 5th level, +3 at 7th level, to a maximum of +8 at 20th level. The next feature of your Eidolon is its maximum attacks. At 1st level, your Eidolon can have a maximum of 3 attacks. This increases to 4 at 4th level, 5 at 9th level, to a maximum of 7 attacks at 20th level. If your Eidolon is at its maximum number of attacks, you can't take evolutions that grant additional natural attacks. This does not apply to attacks made with a weapon. Now on to your Eidolon's special abilities. As you increase in level, your Eidolon gains new special abilities. At 1st level, your Eidolon will gain Darkvision out to 60 feet. The next ability is Link. You and your Eidolon can mentally communicate across any distance, although it really shouldn't be that far away from you because of class reasons. But this ability applies as long as you're on the same plane. Communicating in this way is a free action, allowing you to give your Eidolon orders at any time. However, You and your Eidolon share magic item slots. As an example, if you're wearing a ring, your Eidolon can equip no more than one ring. The next special ability of the Eidolon is Share Spell. You can cast spells with a target of you on your Eidolon, like Shield. You can also cast spells on your Eidolon that wouldn't normally affect an outsider, like Enlarge Person. Only spells on the Summoner spell list are subject to this class feature. No spells from other classes or spell-like abilities. Next up, Evasion. At 2nd level, your Eidolon receives Evasion. If it's subject to an attack that allows a saving throw to half the damage, and you successfully make your save, the Eidolon takes no damage. Next up, ability score increases. At 5th level, 10th level, and 15th level, you can add +1 to one ability score of your choice. Next up, Devotion. At 6th level, your Eidolon gains a +4 morale bonus on will saves against enchantment spell effects. Next up, Multiattack. At 9th level, your Eidolon gains the Multiattack monster feat. If you have 3 or more natural attacks, your secondary attacks with natural weapons are taken at a -2 instead of a -5. If you don't have the required 3 attacks, your Eidolon gains an extra attack with one of its natural weapons, but at a -5 penalty. Next, Improved Evasion. At 14th level, your Eidolon gains Improved Evasion. You still have the benefits of Evasion, but on a failed save, you half the damage of the attack. Now then, on to one of the most important class features of the Eidolon, the Evolution Pool. This is a pool of points used to modify your Eidolon with evolutions that add things like new attacks, abilities, and other features. You can change your Eidolon's evolutions every time you gain a level, or with the Transmogrify spell. As a summoner, you can get Transmogrify at 4th spell level, 10th class level. You'll start with a pool of 3 points at 1st level. You'll gain new points to enhance your Eidolon at every level. Now, there are some evolutions that I definitely recommend, however, a lot of this is situational. Some evolutions are required for specific builds, such as combining Tentacle, Grab, Sticky, and Constrict to make an Eidolon that's very good at grabbing things and then crushing them. So I'm going to be focusing on evolutions that I think are the most generally useful to the largest number of potential Eidolon builds. Starting with 1-point evolutions. First up, Bleed. One type of attack deals 1d6 bleed damage. You can take this evolution multiple times, but it gets applied to a different type of attack. Its effects do not stack. Next, Improved Damage. One of your natural attacks increases its damage die 1 step. You can't stack this, however, if you take Improved Damage again, it gets applied to another natural attack. Next up, Natural Armor. Your Eidolon gets a +2 increase to its natural armor. You can take this evolution once every 5 levels. Next, Reach. Increase the range of one type of attack by 5 feet. Skilled. Your Eidolon gets a +8 racial bonus on one skill. The effects of this evolution do not stack. Alright, on to the 2-point evolutions. First, Ability Score Increase, a bread and butter evolution if there ever was one. Your Eidolon gets +2 to one of its ability scores. This evolution can only be applied to the same ability score every 6 levels. Next, Energy Attacks. Pick an energy type, either acid, cold, electricity, or fire. All of your Eidolon's natural attacks deal 1d6 of that energy type on a successful hit. You have to be 5th summoner level to take this evolution. Next, Flight. Your Eidolon gains wings and a fly speed equal to its land speed, with maneuverability depending on its size. Small and medium Eidolons have good maneuverability. Large Eidolons have average maneuverability. Huge Eidolons have poor maneuverability. Also, if you want to invest 2 more points into Flight, your Eidolon can fly by magic. With perfect maneuverability, however, you lose the wings. This might affect natural attacks such as Wing Buffet. Finally, you can increase your Eidolon's flying speed by 20 feet by spending an additional point. You must be 5th level to take this evolution. The final 2-point evolution I think you should strongly consider is weapon training. Your Eidolon gains simple weapon proficiency as a bonus feat, or for 2 additional points, it gains proficiency with all martial weapons. Now on to the 3-point evolutions. First up, damage reduction. Your Eidolon gains DR5 bypassed by good, evil, law, or chaos aligned weapons and attacks. This must be an alignment opposed by your Eidolon. As an example, a chaotic good Azata Eidolon would be harmed by either a profane or axiomatic weapon. At 12th level, you can increase the DR to 10 by investing 5 more points. You must be 9th level before taking this evolution. Finally, let's talk about some 4-point evolutions. First up, fast healing. Your Eidolon gains fast healing 1. You can increase the fast healing by 1 point for every 2 evolution points you want to spend on this ability. You can give your Eidolon up to fast healing 5. You must be 11th level before taking this evolution. Next up, large. Your Eidolon increases in size to large category and gets +8 to strength, +4 to constitution, +2 to natural armor, -2 to dexterity, -1 to AC. This is a size bonus. -1 on attack rolls. +1 to its combat maneuver and combat maneuver defense scores. -2 on fly checks and -4 on stealth checks. If your Eidolon is a biped, increase its reach by 10 feet. This stacks with any reach evolutions you have. You must be 8th level to take this evolution. Also, at 13th level, you can take your Eidolon to huge category for a mere 6 more evolution points. Granted, it's a huge investment, but you can have literally the biggest, baddest bodyguard ever. Finally, the last evolution that I think you should strongly consider, no matter what you're building for, is spell resistance. With this evolution, your Eidolon gains SR equal to 11 plus your summoner level. You must be 9th level before you can take this evolution. Finally, I'd like to finish this video by talking about a special feature of the Unchained Summoner. When you begin as an Unchained Summoner, you have to select a subtype for your Eidolon. Your Eidolon's subtype must be within 1 step of your alignment. This choice will impact your Eidolon's base form and evolutions and grant it some miscellaneous abilities. This is strictly a personal preference, but I prefer the Unchained Summoner rules to the original Summoner. The original Eidolon is basically just a blob that you can make into whatever you want. With the Unchained Eidolon, I think it gives you more opportunities for role-playing and really developing your Eidolon's identity. There are a huge number of subtypes, and I'm only going to go over a few of them. First up, Aberration. These are horrors from the far plane and the mind of depressed New England writers. The alignment requirements for an aberrant Eidolon are chaotic evil, chaotic neutral, true neutral, and neutral evil. Your aberrant Eidolon can have a number of different base forms. First up, obviously, aberrant. An aberrant base form Eidolon will gain bite and grapple with tentacles. This is a classic tentacle mass horror from beyond. Next up, a biped. This base form has arms, legs, and a slam attack. Biped aberrations, I typically think of something kind of like the old one form of Nyarlathotep, the one with the giant tentacle head. You could also go with a quadruped aberration. This has a bite attack and 2 sets of legs. For these, I think of something like the centaurs from the Fallout series or the hounds of Tindalos. Finally, you could go with a serpentine base form. This has a bite, grab, reach, and tail attack. What you should do with a serpentine aberration is go with the burrow evolution and live out the movie Tremors. Alright, on to the base evolutions of the aberrant Eidolon. This Eidolon gets new class skills instead of the normal ones. Your aberration gets Escape Artist, Intimidate, Knowledge Anyone, perception, stealth, and climb, fly, or swim. Pick one of those. As well as 4 additional skills of your choice. Also, your Aberration will get a +4 on saves against mind-affecting spells. As you increase in level, your Aberration will get bonuses like an extra evolution point, immunity to mind effects, including morale bonuses, damage reduction 5, bypass by slashing, and the blind sense evolution. The next subtype I'd like to talk about is Angel. These are spirits of light, purity, valor, and other celestial virtues. Your angel must be of a good alignment. You only get 1 base form for your angel, and that's biped. You get arms, legs, and a slam attack. These are the classic angel-looking angel. Although you might consider petitioning your DM for an aberrant angel so you could have one of the crazy wheel eyeball things. Your angel's base evolutions are, at first level, it gains resistance against acid and cold, as well as a +4 on saves against poison. As you increase in level, your guardian angel gains electricity and fire resistance 10. It will also gain the fly evolution, DR5 bypassed by evil, immunity to petrification, and true speech. Next up, Azatas. These are elegant, untamable, and passionate embodiments of chaotic good, which you must be 1 step away from. So that's either neutral good or chaotic neutral. You have 2 base forms to choose from. First up, biped. This gives you arms and legs. Think of these Azatas as like the heroic spirits from the Feats series. Alternatively, you could go with the Serpent Azata. This has limbs, arms, a tail, and a tail slap. This is a specific type of Azata called a Lalend. They're kind of the iconic Azata. Your Azata's base evolutions are, at first level, it gains resistance to electricity, and the martial weapon proficiency evolution. As you increase in level, your Eidolon gains cold and fire resistance 10, wings to fly. They're feathered according to the rulebook. However, I think you have a strong case to say they could be insect wings as well, because many Azata have bug wings. They'll also gain DR5 bypassed by evil, and immunity to petrification. Next up, demons. They are vicious, monstrous embodiments of chaotic evil from the depths of the abyss. To have a pet demon, you're going to have to be either chaotic neutral or neutral evil. Your demon will have a lot of options when it comes to base form. Starting off, Aberrant, another formless nightmare monstrosity with a bite, grab, and tentacle. I kind of picture this for something like a shadow demon. If you want to be more classic, go with biped. This gives you claws, arms, and legs. Alternatively, you could go with a quadruped with 2 sets of legs and a bite. This would be like a monstrous dog or wolf. Finally, there's Serpentine. This has a bite, improved damage to its bite, reach, and a tail slap. The base evolutions for your demon are, at first level, it gains resistance to electricity and fly, and +4 on saves against poison. As you increase in level, your demon will gain resistance 10 to acid and cold, immunity to poison, an extra evolution point, DR5 bypassed by good, and an ability score improving evolution of your choice. Finally, devils. These are cunning, manipulative spirits seeking the ruination of souls. But they also make for one hell of a butler. Devils are lawful evil, so that requires you to take lawful neutral or neutral evil. Devils prefer to be bipeds just to further ingratiate themselves with their new quote-unquote masters. They have the claws, arms, and legs evolutions. The base evolutions for devils are resistance to fire, as well as the skilled evolution in bluff, and a +4 on saves against poison. Having a devil Eidolon opens up the interesting possibility of having your Eidolon be the party face. As you increase in level, the devil on your shoulder will gain resistance 10 to acid and cold. the skilled evolution in diplomacy, immunity to poison, damage reduction 5 bypassed by good, and an ability to see in darkness. I hope you've enjoyed the Summoner Eidolon analysis from D6 Damage. If you're interested in more class analysis and strategy guides for Pathfinder, check out D6 Damage on YouTube or BitChute. And if you want to take your game further, join the D6 Damage Discord. We have fantastic discussion groups for DMs and players alike. The link is down in the description. Thank you for watching.